Just like when I was talking to you there, I found myself getting quicker and quicker.
Alright, Shalom, more praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, double honor to the apostles at GreatMillStone. This video is about the mark of the beast. And as you can see on the screen, it's smart drugs. Now, smart drugs is these drugs that people are taking that when they take these things, it makes their brain quicker, enhances their brain. You know, it might make them stronger, you know, it makes them think clearer, gives them energy, you know, soups them up, man. Like they're a robot that just got an upgrade, you know, like some kind of upgrade on his software, and then it became faster processing. And this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing with this AI shit. Now, it might sound mad, but with this RFID mark of the beast, that's what they want to do. Now, there was an article that come out that said that they want to use the RFID to cure, like if the RFID can cure cancer. So they're getting people used to this stuff. So when they implement that RFID chip, you can use it for everything. A super chip that you use for traveling, currency, health, business, everything. That's why they call it one world government, one world army, one world currency, like centralizing everything into one place. So, you know, let me play this.
When I took this drug for the first time, I realized just how lazy I was. And I would never consider myself to be lazy before.
Do I think everyone should be allowed access to that turbo? Not really, because much like a turbo, it puts a whack of a lot of power on, and if you're not experienced enough to know how to handle that, it can get you into trouble.
I nailed off quite a lot of work in the last few hours, but I feel like death. I'm so tired.
I think a wonder drug is a slight exaggeration of what it is. It can change some of our functioning of the brain, but it does not do wonders.
I definitely feel slightly more awake than I did before.
You performed better than 90-95% of the population, whereas when you weren't on modafinil, you scored between 80 and 85.
Right, so Esau, and I haven't watched all of this. I just was checking this out. Now, like I said, man, Esau is pushing, you know, when you go into Esau's world, you find out that he's pushing AI and all that, and, you know, this is all prophecies, man. You know, we're prophets, so our main thing is to be occupied in prophecy. You know what, let me get that. Then I'm going to go, because we always got to take it back to the scriptures. I got the scripture app, so I'm going to use it. Sometimes you're outside, you know, you might not have the scriptures in front of you, so you roughly paraphrase them and all. No, it's prophecy, occupied in prophecy. Let me see if I can find this. Well, even this, Revelations 22:7, behold, I come quickly. Who's coming quickly? Yahushai. You know, which is the chief son under the Heavenly Father himself, which is Yahweh. Okay, so-called black man, if you will. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. So part of being in this word is to go into prophecy. And like I said, there was this one article that come out that pretty much said, and like I said, look, you got to know where things are going. You know, what the elites want, right? Anyway, one world government, one world system, and the Internet of Things. You know, And you know, that's why everything's going contactless and cashless. Everything. You know, over there in Sweden, mate, those people are going to work, opening doors, using the train, using the money, making transactions, all with a chip. That brings it all into one. Going to the doctors with a chip. You know, you got people. Oh, well, that's just a super pill. That's just for your That's just to make your brain quicker. Well, what? Well, if it's technological super pills, that same technology, they can just use one thing. That, you know, you don't have to keep swallowing pills. Just put this chip in, and then it's going to permanently do it. I mean, you know, well, that's for the scoff. I mean, you know, forget the scoff. Germans are taking to microchips. One has his last testament implanted under his skin. Now, so we're seeing that the mark of the beast, people are voluntarily taking it, and it's going to become mandatory, according to the Bible. Thousands of Germans have started implanting microchips in their fingers to help them carry membership cards and remember secure passwords. Euronews spoke with Sven Becker, head of I Am Robot, Germany's only seller of near-field communication chips. Becker got the inspiration of his business venture from a chip implanted on his friend's dog and the American biohacking company Dangerous Things. Okay, so since the creation of his company in 2015, Becker estimates that between 2,000 and 3,500 people in Germany have implanted a microchip under their skin. But not all sales come from him. German also got chips implanted abroad. So, you know, you got people in Germany are chipped, and that's the facts of the matter. So, okay, what do people use the chip for? Like I said, that's smart drugs. This dude, he took the smart drug and his brain, he's doing 95% better than everybody. That's how they're marketing these things, the internet of things. Everything's going technological now. Every child's got an app, a phone. Children are using fucking laptops and smartphones in schools. Little kids, could be 5, could be, you know, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, this is how the way the world's going. The internet, you know, people, you know, using their phones to listen to music. People have got apps for everything. You got apps that help you to learn instruments, apps that help you to sing. You know, survival. Apps for everything, bro. You know. So apps to pay, mate. To pay for food. You don't even need to use cash. You can just use your apps. You know, that's the internet of things, whether it be all your handheld devices, smartphones, iPads and that, smartwatches. You know, you can just use these instruments to do everything. So how is that not a system that's changing? How is that not a system that is gearing you towards a change of a system? Of course it is. What do people use a chip for? Most people use a chip as a replacement for their business contact card, as a substitute for keys to the gym, office and house. Becker says he once sold a microchip to a man who used it to save a link that would direct to his will. The options of what the microchip can be used for are endless, he added. End of. So you won't need a smart pill. You know, you won't need bitcoins. You know, you just use a chip. You won't need passports. You know, once you tap that chip, then everything on there is you. So people can also buy all sorts of gadgets that work with chips, such as antennas or doorknob that syncs with a chip. So that was my point. The point is that Esau's pushing this chip. Let me read. It said, will everyone be sporting microchips in the future? For now, Becker believes microchip implants remain a small trend in German society, but they're not just in Germany. They're in Sweden, they're in America, they're in England. There's people chipped all over the world, actually, for that sake. But Esau's going to push it as a mandatory thing, international currency. World interface. Infrastructure is so far beyond in Germany that people are only slowly starting to pay with contactless debit cards. Whether if the banks adapt the technology, you could see more people use them to make the majority of their payments in the future. And that's what they want. What I'm looking for, I think, is in Habakkuk 2. But I'm still going to do it like this. Where am I going over wrong way? Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and lie not. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry. And we're talking about the RFID, World War III, all those things. You know, these things are here on their way. And that's why articles like the current events show you that. Like, we're just going into these smart chips. The current events show you that, mate.
These are smart drugs.
These are agents looking to enhance or extend our cognitive abilities or the repertoire of actions that we have.
Basically, a series of drugs that people in homes, offices, and universities across the United Kingdom are using to apparently make their brain better. Many are drugs you might have heard of before, with conventional uses. Things like Ritalin, a drug usually used for ADHD and narcolepsy. Others you might not have, like phenylparacetam, a drug that's now a banned performance enhancer. One of the most talked about and easily available smart drugs in the UK is a drug called modafinil. Used traditionally for narcolepsy, it's being sold all over the internet as a cognitive enhancer, a drug to make your brain work like no other.
It seems that modafinil is a cognitive enhancer, so it shows that there were improvements in so-called higher cognitive functions like planning and decision-making.
Modafinil has been labelled the world's first safe smart drug, with some studies suggesting it's non-addictive, has few side effects, and that it works. But can all this really be true? That's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, so at this point...
Yeah, like the lab rat that you are, Mr. Zand. Anyway, you know, we know that, and I've read it just in the last video, the Mark of the Beast, Revelation, and I'm not going to go into, I'm just going to cover it over. Revelation 13 and 16, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, so if he had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And let me tell you this, these microchips will, you know, their thing is, you know, all those different drugs, they will just merge it into one super drug, the chip, the super pill, the super chip, you know, that you can use for all functions. And people are gonna be like just accepting that, because they're gonna be so taken back at this technological advancement, how Esau's gonna push it. You know, because people are zombies. And this is about smart pills and the mark of the beast. You know, probably do more videos on this. You know, but you know, we just know that. You see, and the main thing of the RFID is for enslavement. And when you look at the word mark and Karagma, he actually tells you that as well. So it's a, you know, the international bankers rule everything through the money system. So to get you as a slave, in the world currency is to get you chipped You can't do nothing without that. You're out the grid. You can't work in the digital system, if you will. So that's what it is. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. And the Lord's going to destroy the system. Okay. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.